Hi everyone, this is Tony from digitalreadymarketing.com. In this video, we are going to talk about private blog networks, also known as PBN. As a business owner, you probably get pitched by various marketing firms about SEO services, and some of them may propose to build private blog networks for you to build backlinks for you, essentially. So private blog networks is a way to build backlinks. It is a black hat technique and it used to work very well. And the reason I want to make this video is because now a lot of SEO professionals believe that private blog network does not work anymore because Google did release an update and a lot of websites got hit by it. And I actually came across to this blog post recently. This was published in 2014, June 2014, so a little bit over a year ago. And it talks about these 5 successful Amazon affiliate websites. So these websites basically use PBN, private blog networks, to create backlinks to rank high. And I thought it would be interesting to analyze these 5 websites a little bit to see how websites with PBN are doing these days. And this will also make you aware and help you to judge whether it is worth building PBN when you get pitched by various marketing firms. And before we get into detailed analysis of each of these websites, what I want to do is just explain briefly what PBN is. So again, PBN, so it stands for Private Blog Networks. And the way to build it is to find expired domains. Okay, and the reason for that is some of these expired domains have a really high authority and very nice backlinks. So let's say there's an expired domain that talks about the real estate, let's say real estate investment, and the owner of this website, this domain, decided that he or she did not want to continue anymore. So let's say this was launched in 2005, and then the owner decided not to continue with it. So the owner got rid of it, stopped renewing the domain in 2012. And as you can see, during this approximately 7 years, since they just hypothetically say this website was doing pretty well, it has a lot of backlinks from some authority sites. So let's say it has some 500 backlinks. And now this website is not there anymore. The domain is free for everybody to purchase. So some of these SEO professionals, what they do is they would use various methods to find this kind of domain and register the domain and create a brand new website. So now, as you can see, since it already has accumulated 500 backlinks, it has a really high authority right there. And what the new site will be is this person who purchased the domain will create probably 20, 30, sometimes less, maybe 5 to 10 blog posts to make it look like a legitimate website. And essentially, this blog post will have links that's gonna link to the so-called money site. So in this case, the website that is actually going to make money. And as you can imagine, it takes a bit of sort of research and takes a bit of time to create all this content and eventually get them re-indexed by Google. So Google will recognize the website and then recognize all these backlinks going to the money site. And you basically just repeat the same process. So you can have, another website here, another website here, and essentially you create a network. And this is why it is called blog network, but it's a private one because actually this person, let's say Tom, owns all these websites. Okay, and then sometimes they will interlink to make it sort of even improve the authority within itself, even though Google now is very clever, so they can find out if you don't link it well, Google can find out easily that this is a private blog network. So these SEO professionals, they have a way to really build this PBN and pass that link juice to the money side. And this is essentially how PBN works. And obviously, you know, there's only so much juice that you can pass to one website, because the first link coming from the same site, the second link coming from the same site is not as valuable anymore. And that's why this SEO professional, they start selling these links to some other people, business owners such as yourself, to pitch you, say, if I help you build backlinks with PBN, your site will rank high. And it really is true that your site will rank high, but it comes with a really high risk, because once Google find out that you've been using PBN, your money site may get penalized. And I have seen quite a bit of websites that because Google found out they are using PBN, and then they get de-indexed, and it no longer ranks on Google, and then you have to find all kinds of ways to communicate with Google and clean the backlinks to get your site get re-indexed and be able to be considered by Google to rank again. So PBN, it used to be very powerful, and it still is today. There are websites that rank high with PBN, and I personally, to be honest, I have tried to build PBN myself. It takes a lot of efforts. And you know, I have spoken with people who actually sell this PBN actively, and the way they build website is really clever. I'm not going to get into detail here, but their sites still work well, even though Google did release an update to penalize PBN sometime last year. So having said all that, it really comes down to, you know, whether you want to take on that risk or not, because it does cost a lot of money to build this PBN. So that you know, it does provide a lot of value, but also it's kind of expensive. Since it's expensive to build, the cost for you to utilize it is going to be somewhat substantial as well. So you really have to think, okay, I'm paying a lot of money here to get it ranked high, but then there's also this risk to get penalized by Google, whether it's worth or not. And personally, I don't recommend it. There are other ways to build backlinks. And also a lot of SEO professionals, they are moving away from PBN. They don't build PBN or use PBN anymore. So this is just a good knowledge to know, so that you can make a good judgment there. Now let's go back to these 5 websites, since we talk about PBN and talk about you know, whether they work or not. So apparently these 5 websites used to work very well, or at least until last year. And let's take a look. So what I'm going to do is use SEMrush to really see how their ranking has been since last year. So as you can see, the backlinks, there are 39 backlinks using SEMrush, and that is not a large number. And when you look at the position here, interestingly enough, the keyword number has dropped a little bit. It was about late 2004 that Google came out with a PBN update. So a lot of sites that use PBN got hit then, and this site seems to be still doing pretty okay, even though, as you can see, the traffic itself has dropped substantially. And this is a calculation by SEMrush saying that, okay, based on this keyword, how many monthly volume it has, what kind of position it is, so it will probably bring you this much traffic. And it's a sum of all these 275 keywords, how much traffic it's potentially going to bring in. And as you can see, after the PBN update, it has dropped substantially. So even though the keyword ranking, the number of keywords that the site is ranking hasn't dropped substantially, the traffic seems to have the estimated traffic seems to be dropped quite a bit here. So in addition to that, what I like to do is also take a look at how many pages this site has. And interestingly enough, they're only about 52 pages. So you can kind of see with 52 pages ranking for 275 keywords. So it's really well optimized site, really, it's really someone who knows about SEO who built this site. Let's move on to the next one. So this again is another Google Amazon affiliate site. And 105 backlinks, quite a bit of backlinks there. Traffic, so again, it has dropped a little bit, and you can see there's a huge jump. Now for a website to start ranking, it takes about 6 to 9 months at least. Whereas this site, you can see, I'm not exactly sure when this site was launched, but it seems like there was a huge boost at the beginning of the site history. And keyword wise, so this site has been doing well. So even though it's using PBN, maybe the site owner pivoted the strategy a little bit here, so it didn't really get hit by the PBN update released by Google. And again, let's take a look at how many pages it has. So there are only 31 pages. So you can imagine they're really optimized. Only those 31 pages that are indexed by Google are ranking for 445 keywords. They are really, really optimized. Moving down the list. So Cambastia. Let's see how this site is doing today. So it has 769 backlinks. That's quite a bit of backlinks. And there is no ranking. What happened here? Something seemed to have happened to this site. So probably the site doesn't exist anymore. And yep, the site doesn't exist anymore. So this site probably got hit by PBN update. So the site owner decided that it was not worth to continue, so this site was shut down. As you can see, the review, this website was built on an expired domain and has been around for nearly 2 years. At the point when it was reviewed, this was back in 2014, and so it seems like it didn't survive. And let's take a look at the remaining 2 websites here. Okay, 137. Okay, again, this site doesn't seem to exist anymore. Well, actually it does, but unfortunately it's not ranking for anything anymore. So the site probably got penalized by Google, so it got completely de-indexed, and you don't see any pages that's being indexed by Google, so it's not ranking for anything on Google anymore. So that's really the reality when it comes to using PBN. Okay, another site, this is the last one. Pick My Shaver, 121. And I forgot to mention one thing though. The backlinks for the first couple sites, they are really low. The reason for that is they are blocking web services like SEMrush to crawl their backlinks. So in reality, they probably have a lot more backlinks than it appears to be. And so definitely these guys, the people who built the first and the second website, they definitely know what they are doing. But coming back to this last website, so 121, it's ranking for a lot of keywords, 1,500. Traffic wise, it's in a downtrend after the PBN update, even though the number of keywords been steady, the ranking has been steady. So this website seems to be doing pretty okay. It didn't get hit. And again, 64 pages. So it's really amazing. Only 64 pages on the site, yet it's ranking for 1,500 keywords. So they are really optimized. They are definitely using PBN to rank. And this is the kind of result you can expect when you use PBN, but it's really expensive to build it. It's really powerful. So this is really the reality of using PBNs. Out of 5 websites, 2 websites no longer exist, and the other 3 did seem to get hit a little bit, even though they still exist and they still rank well. But whether you want to live in that fear of your site getting penalized, or you want to just use complete white hat SEO technique to build backlinks so that you don't have to worry about whether Google is going to find out you're doing something suspicious. So that's really the takeaway. You need to be aware of what kind of services that you are getting from SEO consultants or marketing firms, and it's really good to know what kind of methods are out there that you can build backlinks and help your website rank higher, so that you can make a good judgment on what kind of services you want to use for your website. So that's it for this time. In case if you want to learn a lot more about SEO and especially WordPress SEO, please visit digitalreadymarketing.com. We have free resource as well as members only resource, and we also provide interactive learning environment for you to ask questions, and we will find the questions for you and provide you answers. So I hope to see you on the site as a member, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.